Hello Limit Breakers, welcome to another episode of Challenger Insight, Azir against Vladimir. I will be explaining every single thing I'm doing so you can learn and improve fast. As always, when walking into lane, not doing anything, analyze the game. So in sense of laning phase, I win against the Vladimir, I do outscale him. Another thing I need to remember is that I can't really kill him. The way I win this lane is through wave control, through having priority and then outscaling him. So my priority and the first focus is on getting as much farm as possible and then making sure that I can stack my mana flow band. They have Rek'Sai, I have Jarvan, it's kind of an equal matchup. Rek'Sai is a bit stronger, but considering that I will have the advantage in lane, it's not a big deal. I shouldn't really expect to get ganked in this game, because Vladimir doesn't provide any CC, he doesn't provide any damage, and honestly I can play this lane without Vladimir being able to hit me a single time unless he flashes. All you have to do is tether and keep distance. So here I will make a trade, I let him Q me because he will eat much more damage than I do, in the end a worth a trade for me. And just push. Right now what you should be having your eye on is where the junglers start. So because we see the Gangplank in the top lane already and we don't see the bot lane, we can deduce that it's very likely that Rek'Sai started here. And he is a level 3 gank jungler. That means he needs 4 jungle camps. That's when people hit level 3, it's around 3 minutes mark, and he will gank. So he does a blue buff, wolves, then red buff, and one more camp, so probably raptors, and then he will be looking either for a top or mid gank from top side of the map. So I can expect his first gank to be around here, like this way. That's why I will put a ward there later on, keeping my distance from the Vladimir. That's the really only concept you need to think about when how to win lane against Vladimir, and don't use too much mana. You want to make sure you have at least half of your mana pool so you can force a reset with your mana, just spamming abilities on your wave whenever you want. And you ideally, this is the word I was talking about, you want to force a reset ideally at 1200 gold so you can buy the Stinger that will help you push even faster against the Vladimir and just enable your win condition. So this is really an easy lane, it's not very interactive. All you do, as I said before, keep your distance, play around pressure, make sure you farm out. Whenever your mana flow band is ready, pop a W, poke Vladimir a little bit, and the main objective is to stack it as fast as possible. I'm talking of course about this blue ring you have here. If it's up, W, auto attack, and rinse and repeat until it's at 250. That will help your mana sustain. You know that I like to go the Luden's build, but just because in this special case it's a Vladimir and he has so much sustain, and sustain counters poke, and also Luden's is poke, it doesn't make much sense to go for that build. That's why I go for Lethal Tempo into Sorcery. I don't really do this into other matchups, really, maybe against tank like Nautilus or Galio, but Vladimir is like the rare exception where I would actually skip Ludens and go for this super scaling build and go for Stinger first, because attack speed gives you more sustained damage, which is better against Vladimir, and it also allows you to wave clear faster for less mana. That's why I'm talking that the ideal base would be at 1200 gold, because the Stinger costs 1100 and you want to have enough gold for a ward. Now, nothing really interesting is happening right now. The only thing you should notice is that I'm hugging top side of the map, and the rule of thumb when playing around junglers or pressure in general is you want to be closer to your jungler and far away from enemy jungler most of the time. That is because, okay, so before, Rek'Sai just ganked bot lane. That means if he would gank me, he would gank me from bot side of the river, something like this. And if I'm standing to this side, it's much harder for him to approach me, making myself much harder to gank. And I'm also closer to my own jungler that was in topside river, and that means that I can come to him for help, or if he needs my help actually and finds the jungler in the river, I can be much faster on the roam. So I already have enough gold. So this wave is the wave I should push as fast as possible, like spam all my mana because Vladimir just literally can't fight back, he can't kill me, and then I force a reset. I didn't do it this game because I didn't know that. Just now looking at my own replay and keeping my distance, so easy, and thinking about it, I'm actually improving too, you know, from doing an analysis of my replay. So it would already be pushed, I would already be going for a reset. I don't do it, so that's not optimal, but it's still okay. As you can see, I used a lot of mana, like half of my mana bar, and Vladimir is still full HP. It's just really hard to kill him unless he's trolling. A good Vladimir would actually even go TP. I don't understand why you would ever go Ignite against Azir. As I said, he will never ever touch me unless I want to. I checked top lane really fast. You always want to know what's happening on the map if Rek'Sai suddenly has less HP and you know he can't gank you. So things like that, always good to have map awareness that gives you information. Now Rek'Sai was to top side and my jungler is in bot side. What do? Close to my jungler, far away from the enemy jungler. That's why you see me hovering closer to the bot side. So still keeping up the push, nothing really interesting here. It's honestly a brain dead matchup. The only thing you have to think about is maybe Vladimir's flash combo. If you somehow get to 70% HP and if he has Ignite, he can try to one-shot you. Now he resets, I get a free plate here. Whenever you push a wave under the tower completely like this, you can go for a free reset and not lose anything. And it's also a reset on a cannon wave. If you want to roam, if you want to reset or do anything, the best time, if you ask, is always on a cannon wave, because it just takes much longer to push, and also if they happen to push it, it takes much longer for your tower to kill the wave, so you have more time to pick up all the farm. Now, I have a lot of time here. As you see, I'm not losing anything, so I decide to go for a deep ward. This is a really good ward, gives a lot of information. Usually not possible to ward this deep in the early game, because you will be losing too many minions, and it's not safe to face check that far. But now, since Jarvan was around, I knew where Rek'Sai was, and my wave was in an okay spot. I go. Again, keeping my distance, he can't do anything. He used all his cooldowns. I used this opportunity to all in him, but I know that his team is around, so I just go for a bit of trade. Now, he is in a lot of trouble. He has low HP, and I can kill him if I next combo. I know that enemy bot lane has priority, and they can go help him, so I don't overcommit here. I already start chugging a potion, because right now I'm expecting a gank, Thresh and Rek'Sai to come. I know that Vladimir can't help, so here I'm baiting for the Jarvan and turn this, like, just basically force enemy team into a bad decision and bad situation, and we will be able to profit on this very much, because it's a 2v3 double kill. We get this wave and deny the cannon wave from Vladimir. I believe my Jarvan will get a plate in the mid lane as well. So it's perfect, but let's look at it again. So what did I do here? I know that their bot lane right now is getting priority. It means they will push out this wave, and usually in high elo, people when they get priority, they want to do something. So Thresh is looking to rotate into mid lane to see if he can get vision or maybe bait me into bad fight. So this is what I'm expecting, and I know my team can't really help me, only the Jarvan. But here, Vladimir tries to go for a combo. He misses every single thing. He doesn't have his Q up. And I see Rek'Sai in the river. So I know if I jump on the Vlad right now, he can't like jump on me from the brush or anything. So I go for this. Now this is no way that this trade would go wrong. Even if he W'd, he will still be half HP. So this is a worthy trade. And I'm just pressuring the enemy team, forcing them to come mid. Now Vladimir is pinging for help, because right now, if his team doesn't come help him, Vladimir is just done. Like, he will either die or he will lose 2 minion waves and a plate in the mid lane, which is not something you would like to give someone for free, right? Now, notice how I'm standing closer to top side, because I know that the enemy team will approach me from bot side, okay? And I'm also kiting closer to Jarvan and baiting a bit. So this, in terms of macro, is a pretty good play, but I misplayed mechanically. Now the only thing that can threaten me is the Thresh hook. That's why I make sure that I dodge this. If I have had a feeling that it would hit, I would flash immediately. Now the moment I see the lantern like this, okay, I should already be flashing to where Jarvan is, and then we would double kill them, and I probably wouldn't take any damage whatsoever. Like Thresh would just get one shot and Rek'Sai would die right after, but sadly I will misplay, but it's still okay. because this play was good. That means that even if it's not played perfectly, we still come out on ahead. Now, since there was a fight, let's talk a bit about the fights. You always want to think, what can threaten you from the enemy team composition? What can Gangplank do to you? Well, not much, right? You outrange him, he doesn't have any CC, so no worries. What can Rek'Sai do? Look, you outrage him really hard, so unless he has Flash, he can't really get on top of you. So you should always keep in mind his Flash W. That's the only CC he has that can threaten you. Vladimir, absolutely zero threat, unless he has Flash also. He can do a Flash combo for like half of your health, but it's really forced. Now, because my top laner DC'd and I see there's such a huge minion wave, I'll take it. I also protect the tower from giving Gangplank any further plays. Charon will pick up the mid lane farm. This is not something that would usually happen in your game, so I don't think there's a need to talk about it. I just saw the most optimal way to get more farm in the game, and I did exactly that. I walk into the mid lane. Now Vladimir has priority, which is okay. See, I just keep my distance and Vladimir can't really do anything. Push out this, push out another wave, and now I see that there is a fight in the bot lane. I check immediately. I see they are pretty low HP. I know that Zilean is coming too and Vladimir is stuck in the mid lane. Again, fresh hook, dodged. Kite them, make sure that Rek'Sai doesn't use his W on me, and pretty much almost a perfect play. So what wasn't perfect is, if you look now, I do W. Right now I should do an auto attack, not Q. This Q is pretty wasted because I basically Q'd where my soldier already was, and I always say you should save your Q. It's pretty long cooldown early game. Now I'm juking this, that's fine. And what did I say? Fresh hook is something that can threaten me from the enemy team composition, and Rek'Sai W. Once they don't have that, I can do whatever I want basically. So let's fast forward. I make sure to R before Rek'Sai can knock me up. Auto attack, and now the moment that Rek'Sai actually uses his tunnel, I'm going to drift away and pick up a really easy kill on the Kai'Sa. So that was pretty well played. Now let's fast forward a little bit, just picking up some farm here, which is okay. Now Zilean gets called out. You don't want to int with your team. I mean, if your team is inting, just let them. I believe the audio from the game is a little too high, so let's put it down a bit. Okay, so I went for a reset, walking into mid lane, picking up a blue buff, nothing really special. Now this is not a good play, and the thing is, their bot lane again has priority. Our Fiora has died and we don't really have vision on anyone. Now it would be completely okay for Jarvan to right now pull the buff, go closer to the blast cone, and then just try to sneak it and run away. But going this deep and trying to overcommit or camp them is just not a good idea. Especially since we don't know if they have vision on us, so this play is going to backfire pretty horribly. This is pretty obvious that they know about us. And Jarvan is just, he sees no one and he's just chilling and sitting in front of these brushes. So that's pretty not smart. And this is my teammate baiting me into bad play, but it's my fault that I listened. So Vladimir uses everything. Now I can't get out, so I just try to do as much as I can. Look at the damage right now I deal. I'm pretty fed. Got my Nashor's Tooth and Boost Power Spike. See? Even Fresh came. If he didn't, I might have been able to kill the Gangplank. It just wasn't a good play. So my mistake, getting baited by my team. Now, again, priority throughout the entire game. Right now, I can do anything I can do to Vladimir. And now it's just how I will actually move from this point to carry the game. So again, nothing interesting. Priority. Right now, there's a fight in the bot lane. I should immediately already be seeing what's happening. But I realized too late, like 5 seconds late. And in this case, it won't matter much. But sometimes 5 seconds is the difference between winning or losing the fight, right? So imagine I saw this sooner and I moved sooner. I would already be where I'm actually pinging, or I would be probably here already. And you can see that the fight would be much easier than it is right now. So I'm taking information. I see Fresh used his hook. Kai'Sa used her ulti. There's nothing they can really do. Kill. Rek'Sai flashed here, and I just pick up really easy cleanup. The only mistake is that I moved a bit late, and One thing I didn't do is time the Rek'Sai flash, and as I said before, Rek'Sai's flash is something I should definitely be thinking more about this game. So right now, what I should be doing is pressing enter and then writing jungle flash 2000, and then it's so much easier to play the game because I know what to play around. So, as always, I'm learning too with you, and there's many things I can improve. I'm trying to see if they have anything in jungle I can pick up some extra farm. There's not. I base for a Morellonomicon and get a stopwatch. I have enough damage already, and I really want Azonias in this game because of Rek'Sai ulti, because of Vladimir ulti. It's overall a really good item here, and I just feel that I have enough damage. They are not very tanky, so going for a bit more defense is fine. Here I go aggressive and put soldiers behind me so I can easily escape. And now my Jarvan is doing the Herald. Again, I love to do this, but I zone all of them, dodge the fresh hook, and really, the enemy composition, if they miss the hook, they don't really have anything. So we got the Herald here. And we're the tower. Now I see a fresh. I feel like this is a good play. It's very unnecessary and forced. I flashed the hook, kill the fresh, but in the end go down to the Kai'Sa. So this was a bit instinctual, and when you do an instinctual play that is not calculated, this can happen. I should have flashed to Zilean, and then I would be also closer to my tower, then this play could be much better. But still, unnecessary play. So this is about the third mistake I already did this game. Like a major mistake. No need to see this. So I walk for my blue buff again. Now we are trying to contest vision. I just don't want to get hooked. Now they don't have hook. I feel like I can do something, but Zilean, what did he think? He didn't even have his ulti. Usually you want to be in the side lane as a mid laner, so you can pick all the farm, solo farm as you can. This is where I'll also be heading right now, but because, yeah, see the juicy farm, but because my team is all dying and I know enemy team wants to rotate into mid lane, I would never ever give the mid lane tower for free. It's one of the most important objectives, especially if you're playing a control mage. You just want to hold on to your mid lane tower so you can wave clear forever. I don't respect the flash from Thresh here and go down, so that's another mistake from me. I should be timing the flash here, and as I said, guys, not respecting the enemy possibilities here was my downfall. But this time I know that, look, Thresh uses his hook, he misses. Now I know I can go in. Kai'Sa doesn't have ulti either. Still take it a bit slow, but the idea is to try to punish them. I go in, and because I have my barrier, even if they hit the hook, it literally doesn't matter. I pick up a very easy kill on the Thresh. And then even Rek'Sai comes, I put down a tower. Now I should have done an auto attack here. Then R, then W, auto attack, then, yeah, this was another mistake. You don't have to, you know, go, I mean, it's alpha, but why take unnecessary damage? So I should have just I should have done an extended poke combo. So I would go to this soldier with my E, but not Q, and then I would Q. So I would be standing here, and I would be attacking Rek'Sai from a safe distance instead of going balls deep and trading my life. So yeah, this is almost a 1v3 triple kill, and I'm like being nitpicky, but you should always look for how you could play better. Doesn't matter how well you played it, or doesn't matter how your team is playing, just your own performance, your own potential, that's what you should focus on. So skipping fast forward, there will be a fight at the dragon. It's really good if you can to like stand behind walls like this in the and then attack from maximum distance, because that gives you so much safety. So this positioning is perfect. I attack the gangplank, sadly didn't get the Drake, and once he died, I know it's safe to go a bit deeper. We win a really easy team fight here. Like, there's really no way the enemy team composition can deal with me at this point, and we pick up an easy Baron. It takes around 10 seconds, especially because we have the Mountain Drake, which I think is the best dragon you can have with Azir, even better than the Infernal, because it just gives you so much sieging potential and so much bigger threat on Baron. So I go pick up a blue buff here, and then go for a top farm. As I said, you wanna make sure that the side waves are fixed, and then you group up with your team. But sadly, my Fiora gets caught, so it delays us. We can't really push The best thing I can do is pick up some farm. Nothing is really happening here. We're just waiting and waiting. Now, they will be able to force the mid tower. So, look, let me explain again. So, as I said before, the only thing they can use on us is the flash from Thresh and his hook, right? If they don't have that, I'm free to do anything. But as long as they have that, I'm not as free to do what I want. And so the idea should be to bait it. So look, I'm moving in and immediately walking back. That is to bait out the fresh cooldowns. Sadly, Zilean doesn't have the same idea, I guess, and he gets hooked. I kill the Gangplank barrel. Here, it's just kind of a 3v5 after all, since Sivir is pushing top. But I'm still able to do a lot of work here. Now, I will make a mistake. This is good. I'm tethering, I'm keeping distance from the Vlad. But now, what in my head should be, okay, fresh cooldown on Q is up. I should be baiting it in and then going deep. But here I skip a step and instead I try to go already, get hooked and die immediately. Imagine if I did what I just did right here and baited the hook out. Okay, so I'll show step by step. No hook, staying safe distance, poking the enemies. Now I need to keep my distance still, and here, let's go slowly, okay? So I'm still tethering. I'm doing as much damage as I can. Now Vladimir is going in, so I go a bit back. And then once he starts moving back, I move in. And here, I should be baiting the fresh hook. So I move in, and then I juke. Right now, I'd be juking. Okay, imagine I'd be juking to the... Okay, so I went in this way, and then I should go zigzag this way. He would miss the hook, and then I drift in, flash to here, shuffle, instant triple kill. And because we are pushing top with a Baron buff, game over. Okay, so yeah, I know this is kind of 1v3 or 1v5 even, but hey, you should always be able to do as much as you can, right? Let's continue. Yeah, this is like, I just get hooked and I die. See? So I disrespected the cooldown again. I did this about 3 times this game already. And this will make the game a little bit harder. So that was kind of my mistake. I mean, it was... Yeah, it was my mistake. You should always think that everything is your mistake. Because that's the only way you can improve. Now, we will lose the mid inhib tower from that. Pretty big deal, honestly. And Fiora also DC, so that's a problem. Now, nothing is going to be happening. Since my top laner is not in the game, we will just be trading farm with the enemy team. Waiting for Fiora to maybe reconnect. So as you can see, nothing. We are hiding with our vision, maybe trying to get a pick. Nothing interesting is gonna be happening until... So look here. Okay, this is instinctual, but let me explain to you formations in League of Legends, or in general. Imagine you are a predator, right? You are a lion and you are chasing a herd. You don't really go in 1v5, you wait for someone to be isolated, someone to break formation from the herd, someone lonely, someone weak and fragile, and then you attack them. And this is what's happening. This guy, so it's pretty simple thought process in my head. Am I stronger 1v1? I am. Is she alone? Is it a 1v1? Yes. Should I go in? Obviously. Because her team is here and she's here. So there's no reason not to. I go in, pick up a really easy kill. I'm just way too fat there. Even... This wasn't even about outplay or anything. Just realizing that he's out of position. And this puts us back in the game, despite Fiora being down. So it's a 4v4 right now. We again trade farm, but because of Gangplank wave clear, we aren't able to push in. I pick up a blue buff, another farm, and still just trading waves because, you know, 4v5 is pretty tough. Now, mistakes are opportunities. Sivir is going to get caught right now, but we are lucky that she spell shields the Rek'Sai E and also gets out from Zilean. And we are able to survive. Now remember what I said. Fresh hook is everything, right? And Rek'Sai flash W. If they don't have that, I am unleashed, basically. So I'm walking down. I have my flash. I have my Zone. I'm feeling very safe. I put a soldier for vision. Now I see Fresh. He missed his hook. I know I can go in. Now Rek'Sai flash Ws. Now they have nothing. I Zone us. Flash, shuffle, W, Q, auto attacks, and pretty much demolish the fight on my own with the Jarvan flag. I think Sivir didn't really do much in this fight. It's just pretty much me and the Jarvan flag. Fiora just chilling, just came back to the lane to the game to get this. So I hope that you learned a lot from this game. The Vladimir matchup is pretty easy. You learned how to play with pressure, how to team fight, how to keep time summoners and keep enemy spells in mind. I want to thank you for your attention. I also want to thank Fresh for his donation. Finally got a pentakill on Azir. Comment below on what matchups you struggle, and see you again next time.